$8 again. May not be enough. So what about the stop itself? We can move that too. The stop is only 2 cents below the lowest point of the 3 bars that line up on your exhaustion dots. Okay, let's make that $8. I want you to watch what happens. So be very careful that you select the right field, stop, offset. We're going to make it $8 just so that we can see. I want you to watch the stop move. I'll hit apply. See how it moved down? Now it's below this line. Let's make it really dramatic. Let's do a $20 stop. So we're going to go 20,000 ticks. I click off the field to get the apply button. Hit apply. Okay, look how far down it moved. You see? That's way too far, by the way. Let's go ahead and put it back to $8. Watch this stop and watch how it moves back up. See? Move back up. So you have control. This is where you do it. You could also affect the targets. These are your multipliers for targets 1, 2, and 3. 1x, 1.5x, 2x. Where you put your break-even ticks. Are you going to use your trailing stop? Yes or no? When do you start trailing? I'm not going to go through all these inputs because there are other videos that explain what these inputs are for. But I just wanted you to see how easy it is to find these inputs and to manipulate them. Before we finish this video, there's one more thing that I want to explain to you. Thinkorswim is a bit different than the other platforms. The other platforms give us a nice data window where you can click on the setup bar and then see the trade in the data window. I'm sorry to tell you that Thinkorswim just doesn't have that ability. It has a data window. It's just that it's no good. It's terrible. If you right click on your chart and go to style and then go to data box mode, you can click on a floating or fixed data box. All right, let's choose a fixed. And then here it is. And I could stretch it out and make it bigger. Let me move it to where I could see it. Okay, so this is what happens. It will follow the mouse. So let's hover over this trade here. Now, if you click on it, notice that, let's see, maybe I have to make it bigger. Yeah, okay, so I have to stretch it out bigger. Let's see if I can adjust it up here. I can't, so I have to stretch it out bigger. But when I hover over the mouse, now if you look on the left where the data window is, you can see the entry, 677.9, the targets, and the stop. You can see it, but you cannot freeze it in place. The second you move your mouse off that bar, the data window will follow your mouse. This is a flaw inside of Thinkorswim, and there's nothing we can do about it. So the data window is there, and it exists. But if you're going to use it, you have to learn how to use it and memorize and remember things, because if you were to now take your mouse and try to place the trade, well, obviously it goes away when you move your mouse. So the data window is not very useful. It has some functionality. You can think, okay, let's say this is the right edge of your chart. You can go, okay, place my long at 677.9, and then you can go place your long at 677.9. And then if you're going to place your targets and stops, you can come back and see it. Another thing you can do, and this is what I do like about Thinkorswim, is that when the setup is happening in live time, the numbers will brighten up in the color of the trade. So you could literally just look to the margin and see the trade without the data window. And that's how I have learned to use Thinkorswim charting when I'm trading this style with Counter Punch. I could hover my mouse over it and look to the right and see the number. It doesn't have to be totally exact, but it can be. But also when it's happening in live time, for example, when the setup is happening like right here on the right edge of your chart, for example, you will see the numbers light up in green, and that could be your data window, all right? It'll just show up like that. So you get used to trading using your margin and your price axis on the right. You do have access to the data window. It's just that the data window is basically useless except for the way I showed you just now. All right, that's just the way it is. Thinkorswim it's just not that good. The worst thing about Thinkorswim charting, and I want you to understand this very clearly, is that you really can't go back and backtest using your UTA spreadsheet and following the training in your Steps to Trading Success guide. In my opinion, that's the most important thing you can do to become a successful trader. And that's why you should get real charts, TradeStation or NinjaTrader. Because if you can't prove it to yourself through the foundation building, pre-production efforts that I describe in the training, then you are greatly disadvantaged, whether it's with Counter Punch Xpress or any other form of trading. You have to learn how to become a successful trader, and the Steps to Trading Success guide is designed to take you down that path. You're going to want to follow those steps. I would go so far as to say is to make that your religion, your trading religion. But many of you with Thinkorswim will never do that, which is unfortunate. That's your choice, but it's a choice. From my opinion, don't ever let tools get in the way of your trading success, because your trading success is just too darn important for what it can do for you, your family, your life. But still, many of you will just never do that. That's okay. Counter Punch Xpress works in Thinkorswim. Jumping back to the member site, when we go to training, in the CPX Training 1 post, you are going to find all your basic training. Most of the examples are going to be in TradeStation. That's okay. It applies to Thinkorswim. Everything I show you in TradeStation is identical as far as how the strategy works. You can use the active trader window instead of the matrix. This is the matrix in TradeStation, but Thinkorswim gives you the active trader window, which you can use like a ladder, and it's quite good. I mean, I think you can do very well with it. This is what the calculator looks like in TradeStation. I showed you what it looks like in Thinkorswim, but this is the training you're going to want to go through to learn the things that are in your calculator. Okay? But next, after you've gone through the basics, the very next training is your no-brainer trading success guide, which I just referenced, and your 12 powers. These two ebooks or training, I don't know if this is an ebook in this. Let's see. It is an ebook. Yeah, it's an ebook. Anyway, learn these two. This should become your trader religion, and apply these steps and these principles to your CPX2 training. If you do that, your chances for success will go way, way up, and you will be better off than 95% of the traders out there. That's my advice, okay? You may want to learn the 3-step sniff test as well. In fact, you should learn it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope this cleared things up on how to use the Counter Punch Xpress 2 with Thinkorswim. As usual, I'm always here to help you. You can send emails to support@backpacktrader.com. Better if you join us in the trade room, bring your questions, don't be shy, and we'll make sure that every question is thoroughly answered so that you walk away with a deeper understanding of your strategy and how to best use it. All right, everybody, TJ with the Counter Punch Xpress 2 and the Backpack Trader. I'll see you on the next video.